Hello everybody, it's Foo here, and today we've got an experiment video. We're going to be considering status immunities. So what that means is we've got certain statuses in the game like burn, freeze, poison, and paralysis, and certain types are immune to them. So for example, fire type is immune to burn, ice type is immune to freeze, electric type is immune to paralysis, and steel and poison are immune to the poison status. There are a couple of ways around this immunity. The most well-known one this generation, I think, is Salazzle and Salandit's corrosion ability, which allows those Pokemon to poison types and steel types, which is a really cool ability. But I had a question, which is, what happens if a Pokemon that evolves into one of these types that gets a status immunity, when they're already inflicted with that status, what happens then? So for example, I have already got a Fletchling, which is currently normal flying type, which is burned, but it evolves into Fletchinder, which is a fire flying type. So what happens with the burn? I've also got a Grubbin that evolves into a Charjabug that's bug electric type, so obviously it would normally be immune to the paralysis, and also a Nosepass, which evolves into Probopass, which has the steel typing, so it would normally be immune to the poison, but it's already poisoned. So I'm going to evolve these guys and find out what happens with their status. I couldn't be bothered to get something frozen because it's not a very high chance of getting things frozen. Fletchling has the Flame Orb, and the other two were quite easy to get the status on. So anyway, I'm just going to give these the rare candies and see what happens. So basically, one of two things is going to happen. Either they will be healed because they become the typing, or the burn will continue despite them gaining the typing. So these guys should evolve just straight away because they're of the correct levels. So yeah, this is going to gain the fire typing. There are a number of ways that we could already burn Fletchinder. So for example, if you use Soak on any Pokemon, it means that all their typings are ignored, they're just changed to water typing, and then you can apply any status that they would normally be immune to. So that could definitely work for Fletchinder here. So you see, we've evolved into Fletchinder. I probably haven't got this on my dex yet, so it's probably going to have to register everything, but then we'll check to see if it is still burned. So as I say, this could happen in game, it could be burned in game anyway because of a move like Soak. And I'm not actually sure how Ring Target works, because maybe Ring Target Will-O-Wisp would work, but I have a feeling it wouldn't, but it might. That's another thing that I should look into. We're not going to bother learning Ember, and let us check whether Fletchinder is burned. It does not heal the burn. That's really cool. So I accidentally used a rare candy on it. I did not want to do that. So let's evolve Grubbin and see that it evolves into Charjabug, which will gain the Crunch. I will learn Crunch. Crunch is a cool move. Doesn't matter. And we will see that Charjabug will evolve, get the electric typing, and then presumably keep the paralysis, because we just saw that Fletchinder kept the burn. So again, that could definitely happen in game. If you just remove Charjabug's electric typing, then it can be paralyzed. And especially with the Nosepass Probopass, I think that it will keep the poison, and that would have been predictable because it could be poisoned by corrosion. So I think that one's quite an obvious one as to how that would work. So anyway, Charjabug has evolved now, and at the end I'll just go through all the Pokemon to show you that they have. Oh, you saw the bug electric typing there, and it's going to learn like what does it learn? Charge. We don't need Charge, even though Charge is a really cool move now that it boosts your special defense. And then we will just evolve this Nosepass because we are in Vast Pony Canyon, and that means that when Nosepass gains a level, it will also evolve, so that's really neat. Although I don't like that it's so late in the game, and it's the same with Charjabug. So Charjabug has to wait until Vast Pony Canyon before it can evolve, so you'll have to go most of your game with Charjabug, although Charjabug is a very cool Pokemon. Anyway, Poison Nosepass evolving, that is what we want to see. So this will evolve into Probopass. Obviously can't normally be poisoned, but it can be poisoned now with corrosion, and also through the means of Soak and maybe a Ring Target. I haven't tested this. I need to test this out. But yeah, this was a really cool question. I actually didn't know the answer to this. It was actually posed to me when Primplup was evolving into Empoleon, but the same kind of mechanics will happen there. So if it's poisoned as a Primplup, can it evolve into your Empoleon and is it still poisoned? Well, looks like the answer is yes, because all these guys, so Rock Steel you can see there, and it is still poisoned. What's it going to learn? Flash Cannon? Try Attack? No. Okay. So there we go, that's going to be the experiment for today. It's not a battling one, but just a really cool question that I wanted to answer. So there you go, these guys, Steel type that's poisoned, Electric type that's paralyzed, and a Fire type that is burned. Very interesting. As I say, couldn't be bothered to do the freeze because it's actually very unlikely to freeze something. You just have to like Ice Beam them until they would get frozen. But there is one Pokemon that gains Ice typing when it evolves, which is Seal. There might be more, I just know that Seal is a pure Water type, which is cool. But that's going to be all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I've been foofootoo, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye.